Most people believe wealth is decided by effort, intelligence, or talent. These factors matter, but they are not the rules that decide outcomes. The real rules are quieter. They operate in the background, shaping who gets rewarded and who remains invisible. Money does not respond to intention. It responds to structure. Every system pays for specific behaviors, whether or not those behaviors are moral, fair, or admirable. If you act outside those incentives, the system does not punish you directly. It simply ignores you. This is why two people can work equally hard and end up in completely different financial positions. One aligns with the system's reward mechanisms, the other does not. The first invisible rule is leverage. Wealth accumulates faster when effort can be multiplied without proportional cost. Leverage appears in many forms. Capital, technology, distribution, and decision-making authority all allow a single action to scale. People without leverage are paid for time. People with leverage are paid for outcomes. Time-based work caps, earnings by design. Outcome-based work compounds. Another rule is positioning. Money flows toward control points in a system, not toward contribution. Those who own gateways decide terms. Those who pass through them accept terms. This is why intermediaries often earn more than creators. Control over access beats production. A third rule is risk asymmetry. Systems reward those who can take risks without facing ruin. When downside is limited and upside is large, risk becomes a tool rather than a threat. Wealth grows where failure is survivable. Those without buffers are forced into caution. Caution preserves stability, but it rarely creates wealth. The next rule is visibility. What can be measured, compared, and ranked attracts capital. Effort that cannot be easily seen or quantified is undervalued. Outcomes that can be displayed are amplified. This is why narrative matters more than reality. Perception shapes pricing. Another invisible rule is repeatability. Systems prefer behaviors that can be replicated at scale. One-time brilliance is admired. Repeatable processes are funded. Reliability beats originality when money is involved. Predictability lowers risk. The rule few acknowledge is substitution. If you can be easily replaced, your compensation reflects that. Scarcity drives value, but scarcity is contextual. Being rare in one system may be irrelevant in another. Wealth favors skills that are both rare and positioned near money flows. Talent alone is insufficient. There is also the rule of delayed reward. Systems often penalize those who optimize for immediate feedback. Short-term optimization feels productive. Long-term positioning is quieter and less satisfying. Those who delay consumption can reinvest optionality. Optionality compounds silently. Another rule is alignment with existing momentum. Systems reward behaviors that reinforce what already works. Fighting the structure drains energy. Riding it multiplies effort. This does not require approval of the system. It requires understanding it. Information itself follows invisible rules. Knowing something early is different from knowing it deeply. Timing creates advantage. Late certainty is often less valuable than early uncertainty. This is why insiders win more often. Proximity beats precision. The rule of incentives explains most outcomes. People act in ways that make sense within their constraints. Blame is misplaced when behavior is predictable. Change incentives, and behavior follows. Ignoring incentives leads to confusion. Understanding them creates clarity. Many people unknowingly optimize for status instead of wealth. These currencies overlap, but they are not identical. Status rewards visibility and approval. Wealth rewards ownership and control. Confusing the two leads to frustration. One is social, the other is structural. There is also the rule of friction. Systems reward those who remove obstacles for others. Convenience is monetized. Complexity is avoided. Making things easier at scale is more valuable than making them better for a few. The final rule is patience under uncertainty. Wealth often grows before it feels deserved. Early stages feel inefficient and unrewarding. Systems only signal success after momentum is established. Those who exit too early fund those who stay. Endurance is underpriced. None of these rules are obvious when viewed individually. Together, they explain most financial outcomes. They do not guarantee success. They explain why success clusters where it does. Once you see these rules, effort becomes strategic. Energy is directed instead of spent. Money stops feeling random. It starts feeling mechanical. Understanding the system does not make it fair. It makes it navigable. Want to see the hidden rules shaping money, power, and human behavior? Subscribe to Unseen Forces.